and welcome to another episode of Honest AF Show with me, Daniella Clark.
And me, Barbaranne Wild.
Miss Barbaranne Wild, I have to tell you something.
Yes.
I've been having withdrawals.
I was laughing because I was thinking about it when I was driving here. We have been together nonstop, which is the greatest thing ever. And then I'm going to get to see you tomorrow night. And
Wait, what's
we're
going on
going to the
tomorrow night?
movies.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Hello. I'm glad I reminded you.
Yeah, I'm glad you reminded me too. I totally spaced out on that. Yay. Oh my
And
God,
I've been
that's
talking
awesome.
to you every day and seeing you most of the time. So,
Yeah.
I mean, there were like 4 days I didn't see you. So that's kind of
No,
or
like
5 days.
5 or 6 days,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah. So I got back from your house, haven't even unpacked
I'm
my
sure.
bag from your house because it was all cold stuff like sweaters and jackets and coats and
Yes.
things like that. I literally left the suitcase in my bedroom, packed with all your stuff. And I was just so lazy about it. I was like, I'm not going to unpack. I don't have time because I was only home for a
You
day.
didn't have time, and then you had all that stuff go down with your mom and your stepdad.
Yeah,
and it was just like,
exactly. I had no time. So I left the suitcase packed in the room where I left it, took another suitcase, threw bikinis, sundresses, a couple pairs of jeans and stuff to take on the cruise with Gilby.
Yeah, do tell.
Oh my God,
Need to know all about this cruise.
Barb, it was so much fun. It was such a blast.
Awesome.
So I flew into Miami, met up with Gilby.
Right.
And the guys. And the first night we got there, we all went out to dinner and stuff. We had so much fun. And the guys were all great. You know, it's Ryan Roxy, who used to be in Candy with Gilby.
Right.
And was in Gilby's solo band. And then they've worked together off and on all kinds of projects. And so we all go way back. I've known Ryan since I was
the
like
best.
16, 17 years old.
Wow.
A long time. So it was really fun catching up with him. And then also Chuck, their bass player. He's amazing.
I don't know him.
Chuck Garrick is great. He was also in a band with Gilby many years ago. And he rides motorcycles with Gilby. And he's just the sweetest guy. And then, of course, Alice. And then and I got to know Tommy, who's their other guitar player, also in the band. He's great. He's like, you'd love him. Totally New York,
right?
New York, funny as
I may know
fuck.
him. What is his last name?
Tommy Henriksen, I think.
Oh, I don't know.
Is it Tommy Henriksen? Wait, let me see because I hate to misquote myself here. Let me see. What is his last name?
There are a lot of people of that.
Tommy Henriksen, I was right.
Okay.
Tommy
I
Henriksen.
may know him if I have to look at his picture and see. Zach probably knows him. It's such
Everybody
a small
kept getting
world.
him confused for Alice. It was so funny. He also plays with Alice. Not only does he play in the Alice Cooper band, but he also plays with Alice in the Hollywood Vampires.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with Joe Perry and Alice and Johnny Depp and all that. So
that's cool.
It was just such a cast of characters, which is one of the things that I love about being on tour, which I'm sure you do too, because everybody is so funny.
Yes.
You know, this cast of characters, they develop their own kind of language on tour.
100%. I can't wait. I've been so sad because this entire Pantera, bless you.
Sorry. You guys can cut that out.
The entire Pantera European tour that Zach's been doing, I'm only going to see the last show.
Oh, yeah.
But I love being with them. I love all of their significant others. I love the guys. We always have such a blast together, and I really miss it. So I'm excited to see them.
It's so much fun just to hang out with the guys. And that's the thing is like, it's just there's this camaraderie.
Absolutely.
And it's so fun. And Glenn Sebel was on drums. Who else am I forgetting? But anyway, so they did this cruise. It's called the Legends of Rock.
Okay, that's
cruise.
Okay, great.
And it was on the Royal Caribbean boat. And this boat, whatever it is that we got on,
Cruise liner ship,
so enormous. It looks like you're in a mall and a casino. You know what it reminded me of?
What?
The Caesar Forum shops.
Oh,
that's what it looks like.
I haven't been on that one yet. You were sending me pictures of all the, Gucci
Yeah, and all
and
the
all the
stores.
amazing
It had,
stores.
like, beautiful stores, like, all these, like, luxury,
I
like, you
haven't
could
been
buy
on
Chanel
one of those
bags.
yet. I've always heard of them, the
Oh my
legend
god.
of it all. I mean, I would have been in heaven.
It was amazing. It had, like, all these amazing stores, amazing restaurants, beautiful spa, beautiful, gym, pools. You could the upper deck had, like, miniature golf. I mean, like, there was
We have not been
everything you
on
wanna
that
do.
cruise at all.
It was incredible. It was really incredible. We had
Amazing.
a lovely cabin with, like, a balcony so we could look out onto the ocean and stuff,
That's
which was really
awesome.
nice, and, so the bands that were on was, Styx.
It was
It
Styx.
was Styx.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought
it
it
was
was.
Styx, and it was so funny because they start on these cruises, the bands start playing, like, early in the morning. There's bands all day long. There's stuff to
Yeah.
do all day long. Like, if you're listening and you ever wanna do one of these rock cruises, just do it. It is so much fun.
It's
There's so
so
much to
worth
do.
it.
So worth it. First of all, there's restaurants and buffets all day, all night. You
Yep,
don't ever have to go hungry. There's food accessible to you all night long
and booze.
and booze all night long. There's a casino. There's like so many different
Right.
theaters that have different music playing at all different times. One has got Sticks going on. Don Felder was playing.
Yeah.
And let's see, Jeff Skunk Baxter, who was amazing. He played. We went and saw him. Great, great band called, Blackberry Smoke.
They're great.
They're
Yeah,
amazing.
I've seen them before.
Those guys were really, really good,
Yeah.
and, Gilby just loved them.
Love the singer. Really good.
Charlie, he's amazing.
Amazing.
Such a good singer. They're
Yeah.
all, like, incredible guitar players, incredible drummer, like, the music is just so great. Good songwriting. It's such a good band. If you haven't heard of them, go check them out. They're really amazing, and Gilby liked them so much, we went and saw them play all 3 nights.
Really?
Yeah, all 3
I
nights
could
we
see
went.
that very much in line with Gilby's musical taste.
Yeah.
They're great.
Yeah, totally. And, I can totally see them doing, like, biker festivals and things like that. They're really
Absolutely.
great. And then, John Waite,
Oh, I
which was
love Zach loves John Waite. Talk
he's
about
great.
singer-songwriter.
Yes,
Great.
he's amazing. I
Yeah.
mean, not just like
Is
his
his voice still as good as it
his
used to be?
voice sounds
Oh,
exactly the same.
amazing.
He really sounds great.
Wow.
And then not just, his famous hits like, Missing
Missing You,
You,
uh-huh.
and what was the other one?
Oh
Uh,
god, you're doing this
when
sweet.
I don't know. I'm not gonna even try to sing that. Take that out. My God, I don't wanna hurt anybody's ears. But, but also his work in The Babies, and I mean, like, he's amazing.
Yeah.
And, who else was on it? Oh, there were so many great, performances. Who am I missing? Styx, Blackberry Smoke, John Waite. We went and saw Jeff Skunk Baxter. I can't even there were so many bands. Like, you could go at any time in the day, and there were bands playing. You could go to the
Amazing.
casino. You could go lay out by the pool. You can go work out in the gym. You can go to the spa. You can go eat anywhere. It was incredible.
That's
Like,
great.
incredible. One of the things that was really cute, though, was, it was the reason why I went out was so that Gilby and I could spend my birthday, which is on Valentine's
Right.
Day, together.
Right.
And so, um, one of the things that people do on cruises that I haven't really noticed before, but I'm sure you have,
I might not.
they deck out their cabin doors
I
with,
noticed
like, the
that before, but I
bands.
didn't realize that that was the thing.
It was yeah, I guess it's a thing. They had, like, all the bands that they came to see all decorated on their
That's very
cabin
cute.
door. And they go crazy with it. They have, like, posters, and they've got, like, all kinds of memorabilia and everything. Well, because it was also Valentine's Day, a lot of the cabins were decorating for Valentine's
Oh, I
Day.
love
So
that.
all the outside was all decorated for Valentine's Day, and these, this one, cabin had, like, those, plastic slots for shoes that you put in your
Yeah.
closet? They had one of those on their cabin door filled with all different kinds of sweets, different candies,
Love that.
and told everybody that walked by to just help themselves, which I did
Of
several
course. Yeah, you
times.
wouldn't have to ask me twice to do that.
I felt so bad. I ate so much of their candy that on the last day, I left them a little note from Gilby and I said,
Oh,
"Thank you so much
sweet.
for supplying us with all the candy, and I'm sorry I ate it all." And I put some of, Gilby's guitar picks in there.
That's funny.
And,
Were the, buffets and everything themed Valentine's Day too? Like
I don't know because that night, Alice was playing.
Oh, okay,
So
got
I'm
it.
not sure, but one of the things that was so cute was Gilby made a sign, that said, "Happy birthday, Daniella," and he put it
Oh,
on the cabin door, and he made it all cute, and so the neighbors that were next to us were chiming in and also leaving me notes saying, "Happy
oh, that's
birthday," which was
sweet.
so
I
sweet,
love that.
and then the first night of the show, well, on my birthday night when they
Yeah,
played, um, Gilby was playing guitar to, Feed My Frankenstein with
right.
Alice, and he flipped the guitar over on stage, and he had, taped a sign to the back of his guitar that said, "Happy birthday, Daniella,"
I love it.
which, like, completely melted my cold heart. I
Yeah.
was just like, "Ah, I melted, I melted." I was like, "That's so sweet." He kept holding it up. It was so sweet. It really
That's
made me feel
great.
special, and, the guys were just fantastic. They were just so great. It was so nice to
Yeah.
see Alice, like, in his element and,
I
and
saw some of the footage that you had posted, and it looked like the best time ever.
it was so great. They played all, like, all of the
Oh,
Alice songs.
classics.
Yeah, all the
Yeah,
classics, "Feed My Frankenstein," "School's Out," 18, "Billion Dollar Babies." I mean,
yeah. So good.
just all of them, everything you can think of, and it was so great, and the crowds were just roaring,
Oh,
and the
totally.
sound was amazing. Their sound man did such a good job, like, for being
You were out
outside
on the deck.
on the deck. They built the stage on top of the pool,
Oh, that's cool.
on top of one of the pools, so we were outside on the top deck, and the sound was just like it sounded like we were in a stadium. It was so
That's not
full.
easy to do.
Not easy to
With
do.
the
It really
wind and
sounded
being
good.
outside and everything, yeah.
Oh my god. On the first night, the last 2 songs, the wind kicked up and everybody's hair was
Oh,
blowing like crazy, and they
it's
brought
crazy.
out the Frankenstein, who's like this big 12-foot monster, and he has hair, and his hair was, like,
Oh,
blowing in the
gosh.
wind. I was dying, it was so funny. But the crowds really were great. They loved it, and there was such camaraderie. All the bands came around and started watching each other play,
I love
they
that.
would come and they'd stand on the
They
side and watch each other,
Yeah.
and it was just so fun, and, the first night I got there, uh, right when I went backstage, the guys were doing their, like, kumbaya moment before they go out
Oh,
on
yeah,
stage
yeah,
where they, like, put
yeah.
all their hands together and they go off. And so they passed around, they gave me a shot because it was my birthday.
Oh, oh.
And you know me. I was like, "Should I take this shot? Should I not take the shot?" Gilby's like, "It's your birthday, take the shot." And Tommy goes, "Take the shot." So I
What
took
was
the
it
shot
of?
with him. It was with some kind of whiskey
Oh
that he gave
gosh.
me. And Barb, I was gone. I was a goner because I hadn't, like, eaten all day, and I just took
I'm
this
the same
shot,
way
and
though.
I was just toast. I was
That's
gone. But it was so
and
much
you lose your
fun.
legs and you're on a cruise. That's
Yeah.
that's always fun.
I gotta say, this boat was so big, and, they all have stabilizers, but this thing, I never even felt like I was on a boat. I never felt the rocking. I
Right.
never got sick. It was so smooth. I never felt anything.
Thank
It was
goodness.
incredible.
Awesome.
It was so smooth. So I was really grateful for that because I was kinda worried that I might get nauseous, but I didn't. And, then, uh 2 days into the cruise, we ended up in, Cocoa Bay in the
Uh,
Bahamas,
yeah.
and it was a private resort. We all got off
I
the
s
the
I saw
boat.
your video
Oh my god,
with the
Barb.
beach beautiful.
The beach was so beautiful. We had, like, a cabana, our own little cabana with
Oh,
the band
nice.
and me and Gilby, and we ate, and we had piña coladas, and
Oh,
we just had
fun.
so much fun, and we went for a walk on the beach, and then at one point, I go and I put my feet in the water, and I'm walking along the beach, and I go onto, like, this, like, little pier,
Yeah.
and I spot a huge shark.
Get out.
A huge shark, like the size of me. I was like,
Wow.
"Shark, get out of the water! Get out of the water! Shark,
Amazing.
shark!" Yeah, it was
Did any of the guys
crazy.
know what kind of shark it was?
Yes, someone told me one of the, lifeguards that was there, I asked him, I was like, "Oh my god," and he came over to see, and he goes, "Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a lemon shark, and it's
Wow.
actually pretty docile, and it's not very aggressive." I was like,
Amazing.
"Uh, not very aggressive is just not good enough for
Yes,
me.
no, not aggressive at all is another thing, but not
Yeah.
very aggressive,
Yeah, I was like,
no thanks.
"Yeah, no, I think
Yeah,
I'm good. I
yeah,
think I'll
I'll
get out of the
pass.
water." Yeah,
Funny.
thank you very much. But yeah, it was beautiful. The water was, like, crystal clear and
And
all
so
these
warm, right?
warm.
I know, the Atlantic, it's a whole
So
'nother
beautiful,
ball of
and
wax.
the water was, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 different shades of turquoise, like, just
Oh,
beautiful, like, crystal
beautiful.
clear and not very deep. It was so pretty, and it was so warm there, by the way. The second I got there,
Yeah.
my hair just went boom,
Oh, sure.
like, just huge. My hair, it
Yeah.
was out of control, it was so huge.
The
The
humidity is
humidity.
crazy. When Zach and I got married in Bora Bora, even though it's a whole other side of the world, the humidity was outrageous, and back then, 30-something years ago, no one had glam or hair and
Yeah.
makeup, and there was certainly none on the island in Bora Bora, so I was doing it all myself, and I just was like, "Screw it." I just let my hair get crazy. I have the biggest wedding hair ever. Not teased or anything, just
Yeah, just the
crazy, and it was
humidity,
down to my waist, and it was enormous.
yeah. I mean, mine was
You
so
just have to
big,
go with it.
I was like, "What am I gonna do? There's nothing I can do." I kept
Tons of
trying to put
oil, right?
I tried all kinds of product, but my hair was just frizzy and huge,
Really?
and there was nothing I could do about it. I was
I'm
like,
sure you looked stunning.
I'm just gonna let it go. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with it. There's nothing
Beach
I can do
baby.
about it." But yeah, it was so much fun. We had a little incident on the boat the first night. Don Felder was playing. I
It
don't
was
know if you
all
saw the
over the
news.
news,
Yeah,
yeah.
and he just passed out. He just, like, and
Did they figure out why?
yeah, he was dehydrated. It
That's
was
so
dehydration,
common.
but you know what? They took care of him. I mean, these boats are it's crazy. They have, like,
Little hospital
doctors and
areas and
hospitals and
yeah,
everything.
agreed.
So they took such great care of him. I think, like, the next day I saw him up and around and playing again,
Awesome.
and he was great. He looked great because, Don's, like, in great shape. Like,
Y
he looks
Absolutely.
amazing. And, he was up and around back to normal, like
Great.
nothing ever happened, so thank God because
Thank
that
God.
that was a scare.
Yeah,
And Alice was great, he's just so sweet,
he's the
and
best.
him and Cheryl, his wife, have also been married, like,
I think
2,000 years.
yeah, 40
They have
some
us beat,
yes.
45 years, I think they've
Yeah.
been together.
I think that when they posted about their anniversary, it was over 40 years this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was amazing, and she's part of his show, so she comes out all dressed up like a kinda Marie Antoinette pirate,
Oh, how fun.
with, like, an eye patch, and she cracks this whip around, and it goes
That's
everywhere,
great.
and it was so funny because Gilby, he only had, like, 2 days to learn 35 songs,
Right.
and not only did he have to learn the songs, but background vocals, and also had to learn the blocking because an Alice Cooper stage, show is not just a concert, but it's really very theatrical. So
Absolutely, it
there's
is.
blocking, this choreography, and when Cheryl comes out with the whip, Gilby has to know where not to stand or he's
Right?
gonna
He's
get
gonna
whipped
get it,
by
he's gonna
accident,
get it.
and
That's
there's all
great.
kinds of crazy things that happen on stage.
Right.
And so it was really funny watching Gilby trying to dodge the whip and dodge the swords and everything that comes out. It
Wow.
was
I haven't
amazing.
seen I have seen him before, but I haven't seen one of his shows in
Oh, his shows are
decades.
incredible. Like, anytime you get the opportunity to go see Alice play, you
Yeah.
gotta go see it because it is such an experience. Not only are there, like, great songs that everyone
Right.
knows, but, the music is so fantastic, the band is so great, Alice is so great, and Alice is just such a cool guy. He's so
Sweetest
nice
guy
and
on the
so
planet.
sweet. When he gets on stage, it's a total, like, that's not him. He's just a different person when he's on
Uh,
stage.
absolutely.
But, where was I going with it? Oh, the show. I mean, they bring out a guillotine and they've got, and he's in a straight jacket and there's
They're still
just so
doing all of that?
oh yeah,
Okay.
it's a full on show.
That's great.
It was so much fun and it was just such a blast to see Gilby do that
Be
with
part of
him, be
it?
part of it.
Yeah.
It was really such a treat, and it goes back to what you and I, were talking about the last episode, like, we're really lucky. We are so lucky that we get to
Oh,
live these lives with these
absolutely we
guys,
are.
that we are so entertained by them,
Yeah.
it's not it doesn't go unnoticed or,
We're absolutely grateful. I mean,
yeah.
I can't imagine any. I mean, it's all we know too, because you got.
Yeah.
I mean, we were
We grew up with
babies.
them.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all we know.
Yeah.
It's all we know.
Yeah.
But it is just so much fun, and I don't know, I love those moments on the road where we're all sitting together, all the guys and everybody's telling war stories, and,
That's
we're
the
all
best part.
it's the best part, it's so much fun.
Alice has great stories,
Great
just like
stories.
Ozzy.
Yeah.
Sitting and listening to some of Ozzy's stories are like the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
and the guys have great stories, is just it was just so much fun. I had such a good time with them. It was
That
just a blast.
what a
Gilby and
great
I were
and your
like,
birthday month is just it's not even well, we've got another 2 weeks left of February.
I can't take anymore. I'm exhausted on my birthday. Honest to God, I'm exhausted on my birthday.
I'm sorry. We have one more event and then we'll
It
leave you
was
alone.
so much fun. It wasn't even a big birthday. It was just a regular old birthday, but for some reason, I felt like we celebrated this birthday more than like my 50th, you know?
I feel like you and Randy did that to me on this past birthday as well, and I was just like, "Wait, what is going on here?" It looked like you guys went all out and crazy, and then every other day I came home and there was another present, or we went somewhere else and someone else is giving me another gift. I'm like,
Right.
"My birthday's good. I'm good for like 5 more
Yeah.
years," like, but
But, I guess it's a good opportunity to celebrate. There's
I
not a lot
know.
of great moments in life to celebrate like that.
Agreed.
Weddings and birthdays, you gotta go all out.
I've
Anniversaries, it's just fun.
always, always loved any excuse to celebrate. I love birthdays. I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
all of it. I love
I like celebrating other people's birthdays too.
I
It's
hear
just so
you.
much fun.
I hear you.
Yeah,
I actually prefer to celebrate other
you
people's
do. Yeah,
birthdays
for
as well.
sure. Although I gotta say, you and Gilby knocked it out of the park for my birthdays
Oh,
for my
good.
birthday
I'm so happy to
celebration.
hear that.
It was crazy. It was just so much fun. I went from your house to going on the
I know.
cruise. I just had the best time.
That's great.
And it's really like it like recharged me,
Oh,
it was
good.
really great. Yeah.
I think that our trip to Oregon was like kind of emotional for us. I don't
Yeah.
know what what was going on. You and I are not I mean,
We're
you
not emotional people
no.
normally. We're like stoic
It
people.
it takes a lot to get us to cry, and you and I are, like, fumbling and crying over
I
everything. I'm like,
know.
"What is going on
It
here?"
was just so beautiful, the magic of the place and your house and just what you did and your efforts and all the girls and
I mean,
everything. It was just
just being
beautiful.
together without any fanfare
Yeah.
and just really talking to each other
Yeah.
and no just not having to be anywhere. Because the one thing for you
And
and
no
I
drama.
well,
No
touch wood.
drama. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. I think last
Touch
time I
wood.
said that, it wasn't
Yeah,
good.
please
Yeah.
don't. You said that you cursed us last time. You
Yeah,
made
no.
you
I take it back. I take it back. I take it back. I take it back.
cancel, cancel, cancel.
Yeah.
But I think that one of the things that was so wonderful was that generally when you and I are going for some sort of celebration, we have a time to be somewhere. We
Yeah.
have to get ready. We have to
Yeah.
and what I think one of the things that was so nice about being up in Oregon is that it was like there were no expectations and we could be in our pajamas all day if we wanted
Mhm.
to. And it
Mhm.
was like the really
Yeah.
intimate talks and the
Yeah.
stories and
Yeah.
not everyone knew each other super well. So like to hear and learn about each other was
Yeah.
so great. It
Yeah, it
felt
was
like
really
that
special.
whole, you know, girl power thing. It
Exactly. It
was
was
it
really
was
special.
beautiful.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it so much. I have a funny little story for you. So, when we got back to Miami on the boat and we had
Right.
to disembark,
Which is the worst part of the whole cruise. It's the worst.
hideous,
Absolute worst.
hideous, hideous part of the cruise. And you have to go through customs. We were profiled because the customs people came, they let all the guests from the cruise through customs, and then they took our band.
Oh, they did that to Zach too on the last one, on the Kiss cruise. All the bands were held up.
Yeah, they held us up.
Yep.
They put us in, like, an area, and they brought drug-sniffing dogs
Can you blame them?
I was like,
I
"Wait a minute,
mean,
wait
in
a
the
minute.
past,
Look
in
at
the
us. We're a lot older.
I
If
understand.
everybody was still doing drugs like that, we'd all be dead."
Well,
But
you'd be surprised, but because the legends of the cruise generally were the ones that should have the dog sniffing dogs around, but, I mean, it is so funny because Zach's sober 15 years, but just the way they look, it
yeah,
just, it
yeah,
just
yeah,
is
it's just
what it
because of the way they look. And the whatever agent he was, like, I don't know, it was police or something, he came out with the dog and he said, "Okay, so I'm gonna ask you guys this. If you have any drugs, anything, THC, CBD, whatever, marijuana, whatever you guys have, any kind of drug whatsoever, come forward with it now. Don't let me find it. Don't let my dog sniff it out."
Okay.
And everybody just kind of stood there. They're like, "Yeah, we're good. I'm going to ask you one last time."
Oh,
I mean,
no.
he was like going off on us. And we were all standing there like we felt like we were kids in the principal's office. But it's so funny because even though I don't have any drugs on me, obviously, but um, it's kind of that same theory. Like when a police officer's behind you and you're
Oh,
driving,
you feel like you're
you
guilty
feel
for
like you're
something.
already guilty. You're like,
Yes.
"What did I do? What am I doing wrong?"
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking to myself, what do I have in my purse? Do I have anything in my purse? Do I have anything that I accidentally have CBD in, like some
Oh,
kind of
did I
product?
give you
Like,
something to
do I have
take
like
with
some
you on your cruise that you're gonna get in trouble
CBD
for?
vaginal cream or something? I don't know what the hell I get sometimes on this show that's in my purse. And I was like scanning my brain going, "Oh my God, what if I'm the one that gets busted and I take everybody down?"
Totally.
Oh my God.
Funny.
I was scanning my brain the whole time. Thank goodness the dog didn't smell
What's
anything.
even
So,
crazier is when what they're after are food or plants.
yeah, fruit.
They're like, "You
Yeah.
can't bring plants." It's like, contraband.
Yeah.
It's like because, certain bugs or organisms are not part of the environment
Yeah,
where you're
exactly.
going to, and it could,
Yeah.
like, completely throw off the entire ecosystem.
Yeah.
But it's hysterical because it's like, who knew you were gonna get in trouble for taking a banana
Yeah.
to, off the cruise for to eat when they sit you in the airport for 6 hours before your
Yeah.
flight.
Yeah.
Very funny.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I was the whole time I was like, "Oh my God, what's in my purse? What did
The
Barb give me? Let me think
only
about this."
times that we've ever had that happen, that someone, they find something, it's always the crew.
Yeah.
Never the band,
Yeah.
in my experience, it's
Uh-huh.
always the crew. One of
Uh-huh.
the crew members does something or has something, and it's like, "Really? We're all gonna" like, the band is all clean and clear, and we all have to wait around because, our drum tech
Yeah.
has, a joint in his cigarette box or whatever they
Did
do, but
did I ever tell you that my story of what happened to me in the GNR days when we were
mm,
going to Japan?
no.
It was back, like, in I think it was, like, 91, 92, and the band was we were flying to Japan, and we were going from somewhere else in the world, I don't know
Probably
where.
Australia.
We might
Usually,
have been
we
in
always
Australia.
package those tours together.
Yeah, I don't remember where we were coming from. We were coming from somewhere, and it was the band had just done a show that night, and then we were all just whisked onto this airplane, and at that time, it was, a private plane that the band had chartered,
Yeah,
and, and we were all on the plane, we were all lit up from that show, and everybody was out of control, I mean,
except you, but go ahead.
being crazy,
Yeah.
and I remember in the middle of the flight, it was, like, in the middle of the night, Duff walks over to me, and I'm sitting in my seat, and Gilby's sleeping, and he walks up to me, and he taps me on my arm, and he goes, "I got you a present." I go, "What'd you get me?" And he goes, "Hold out your hand. I got you this present." And he hands me this thing, and it's like a ceramic, like, pot, and it has, like, a lid on it, like a little jewelry box almost, like a
Yeah.
little ceramic jewelry box. And I go, "What is this?" He goes, "It's my gift to you. It's a gift.
Uh-oh.
You keep that." And I was like, "Okay." So I put it in my purse. And then we land in Japan, and at that time, they were super strict,
They
like, super
still
strict.
Japan and Canada, always.
Very yes, Japan and Canada, very, very strict.
Yeah.
And they start to go through my luggage, and I arrive picture this, I arrive at the airport in a pair of hot pants, and huge platform heels. My hair is like in 2 braids.
Right.
And I mean, I was 22 years
Yeah,
old.
yeah.
And we get to the airport and we're going through customs. And they said, "You have anything to declare?" I said, "No." And they start opening my purse, and they're going through my suitcase, and they open my purse, and they find this pot. And he comes over to me and he says to me, the agent, "What's in here?" And I go, "Holy fuck, I don't know." I'm thinking to myself,
Oh, I'm terrified.
"What did Duff put in there? What is in that thing?" And I go, "I don't know. It was a gift." And he goes, "What's in it?" And I go, I don't know, nothing." And he goes, "I'm going to open it." And I go, "Okay." And I'm sweating, 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 sweating. And he opens it and it's empty.
Oh,
So
thank
then
God. I was afraid. I
he
knew
goes,
Duff then.
"What was in it?" And I go, "I don't know." And he goes, "We're going to have to go and test it." And I was like, "Duff, Duff, what was in this? What was in this? What did you give me?" And he goes, "Nothing, honey. It was a gift." And I go, "Was there anything in here?" And he goes, "No, honey, there's nothing in there." And he's like,
Thank God.
I was like, I thought I was going to have a heart attack. And then they didn't trust me from that escapade. And he looks at me, looks me up and down, and he looks at my big platform
Oh,
shoes and he
no.
goes, "Take off your shoes." And I go, "Why?" And he goes, "We're going to cut them open." And I'm like, "You're not cutting my shoes open. No, you're not cutting my shoes open. There's nothing in my shoes. They're just shoes."
Right,
They,
because they didn't scan anything back then.
no, he wanted to cut my shoes open
Oh,
and see if there was
jeez.
anything in there.
Wow.
Thank God he didn't. I got out of it. I was like, "Just swab it or whatever you have to do.
Yeah.
There's nothing in there." And he was like, examining my shoes and looking at them, and he's banging them on the counter. I'm like, "Oh my God." I just must have looked like such a druggy mess at that time. I don't
Wow.
know,
No, I
even
think
though I
it's
wasn't.
I think they knew, though, that a lot of times that the guys would give things to
Yeah.
us,
Yeah.
and so
To
we were
smuggle in. And I
yeah,
really thought there
because
was
we had
something in that.
our bags or
Yeah.
whatever, so it was, like, always just dropping things in our purse and
Yeah,
oh
exactly.
god, that's scary.
Yeah, it was very scary. But anyways, so that was my whole
Ugh.
cruise
I thought that
experience.
was
I had
gonna
the
go in a
best
I
time.
thought that was gonna go a different way, that story. I was
No, thank God.
terrified
I know
of
I
what
was
Duff gave
terrified.
you.
I was so terrified. Um, but yeah, it was the whole cruise, my birthday, everything. I couldn't have asked for a better time.
Aw,
It
I'm
was
happy
just
about that.
unbelievable. I had the best time. I heard from absolutely everybody. Everybody was texting me and calling me and
Sweet.
messaging me. It was so nice. So thank you, everybody. It was just such
Aw,
a great time.
that's the best thing ever. I love that.
I really had a good time.
That's great.
So, and now we're back, and
Yeah.
Gilby's got a show Thursday night at the Whiskey,
Right.
and then he's playing in Vegas.
I'm
So,
leaving on Sunday to finally go see Zach. This is
mhm.
the longest we've been apart in probably
You guys have really not seen each other for a while.
I mean, I think this is the longest we've been apart in 20 years?
Wow, how long has it
More?
been?
Uh, by the when I see him, it'll be 5 weeks that we're apart, which is
Wow,
craziness.
yeah, that's a long time.
Last I was with him was, January 17th when we shot the video.
Mhm.
He flew directly to Europe, and I flew home because we were in Atlanta to do the video, and then I went to see
Yeah,
him first in New Orleans, with Zach Sabbath. But we generally don't do that, but because he's doing these 2 tours back to back,
yeah.
I wanted to go see him in the middle, and he has 6 days in between, so there'll be a couple of days where he has nothing going on that I could actually spend some real good time with him, but plus, as his manager, I booked 2 guitar in-stores
Of
for
course you
him,
did.
and I booked, they've been shooting for a couple years now, a really great Ozzy-approved and Sharon's involvement in a documentary on Ozzy, and
Mm.
so Zach is gonna film his segment while we're over there as well.
Oh,
So,
good.
he does have things to do, but none of it is actually a show,
Yeah.
and we're gonna be in one place. We're gonna be in
Oh,
London
that's
the
gonna
whole
be great.
time, so it's
Yeah.
not gonna be, like, flying around
You guys can
everywhere.
go to your bookstores and
Yes,
do all the stuff that you like to do together.
and then when he's finished poor Zach. When he's finished with Zach Sabbath
Listen, I've seen your house that you guys just got.
he's gotta work.
He's gotta work.
He when he's finished with the Zach Sabbath Thank you anyway. But when he finishes with Zach Sabbath, we're flying him straight to Boston because he's then jumping on the Experience Hendrix tour.
Right.
And instead of flying him all the way home to LA for like 2 days, we're just going to fly him to Boston and let him have like 2 days to get in different time zone. And I'm going to fly and be there before he gets there. So I'll have a couple days with him in Boston too.
Oh, nice.
So I was trying to time the trip. He was in my favorite city in the world on your birthday. He was in Paris on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And we spent Valentine's Day together in 2020 in Paris. And it was my favorite time, my favorite show, everything about it, my favorite holiday, my favorite city.
Yeah.
Now that you're in my life so much, I guess I'm going to have to share my Valentine's days because it's your birthday. So it's more important that I'm with you. But maybe one year we could do your birthday in Paris.
Yes,
that would
we'll
be
have to do that.
the ultimate dream.
That'd be
But
fun.
I really wanted to go for Valentine's Day to Paris, but it would be silly because then I turn around and 2 weeks later, it's like the dogs and the boys or Zach. So it's like I have to balance it all.
Well, that's the thing. It's like the hard part of our lives is that balance of like,
Right.
seeing our husbands when we can.
Yeah.
And also not neglecting the kids, the pets, our work, the house, everything, and our families.
I can't
It's
really
like,
be away from you.
yeah, and us, yeah, and then there's us, of course, and we take priority. But
it's become I go through withdrawals for sure.
Oh my God, I went through such withdrawals. I had a dream about you.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it was so crazy.
Last time someone said that to me, I almost got fired from a job, but
No, I had a dream that me, you, Randy, and Frankie were all cooking dinner together, and you were, and you wanted me to cook fish, and I was like, I don't know how to cook fish. I've never cooked fish. I don't eat seafood.
That is a nightmare for both of us. Me cooking and you having to deal with fish. So
exactly. But I was like, Barb, I love you, but I don't know how to make seafood at all. I think it's the seafood was sticking in my head because
you were surrounded by water for 2 solid weeks.
Everybody was eating so much seafood. Oh my God, I forgot to tell you this one part. Gilby and I, one night, we went for a walk along the outside of the deck of the cruise.
I love doing that.
During the moonlight. Oh my God, I have to show you my pictures.
You were so lucky because it was a full moon when you were there.
It was a full moon. I sent you those pictures.
I know, stunning.
And it was so beautiful. The moon was reflecting on the ocean. Yeah. We were in the middle of nowhere. It was so beautiful.
It's incredible.
And we were like at the very front of the boat, kind of like that Titanic.
Yeah.
Where
Zach always, every time we're on a ferry or a cruise, he tries to reenact that whole Titanic scene. I'm like,
Stop
I'm not going out to the end of the mast for us to do that.
Yeah, we did that, Gilby and I. It was really funny. It was really cool. And one of the things on the cruise that I noticed that I thought was really cool was, a lot of people say like, oh, how can the guys do these cruises? Doesn't everybody like drive them crazy? Because they're walking around the cruise.
So gracious.
Everybody
I know.
Is so nice.
I know.
And so respectful. May I get a picture with you? May I get an autograph? And that's part of it. And the guys know that when they're going on, that they're going to be, that's part of the whole experience is that the fans get to, hang out with, all their favorite musicians.
Yeah.
And the musicians know that that's part of it.
Right.
But there's a mutual respect there. And
we've never encountered any trouble.
Nobody crosses
the
boundary. Everyone is very respectful, really cool. It was so nice.
Yeah.
Really, really nice.
It's a good thing they never did them in the day.
Oh, back in the day, it would have been disastrous.
They're all married and mellowed and kind of calm. They're always, a lot of times our whole families are in tow when we're doing these cruises. It's like, little people and bottles and, apparatuses of all sorts of, not very sexy rock stars, more, traveling family, like RV as opposed to
totally,
cruise
totally.
ship. Because they never did them in the day.
No.
No,
this is a kind of a new-ish thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was really new for us. We had done the first one maybe 10 years ago-ish.
Yeah. I think you and I did.
That was the first one that I think both of us were ever on.
Yeah, because Zach played and Gilby played.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it the Anchors and Axes tour or was it Shipwrecked?
No, I don't think it was the Shipwrecked one because Zach was doing the acoustic set, right? Him and Daria.
Yes,
it was just him and Daria.
Yeah. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was a lot of fun. I had the best time.
That's great.
Okay, is it time for Flix AF?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna go see, the new Led Zeppelin
I
movie
can't
tomorrow
wait.
at in the IMAX theater, right?
No.
Oh, we're not seeing it IMAX.
It
What are we
was
seeing it?
unfortunately, that was
Oh, that
your
ended.
birthday ended the
That's right, that's right,
IMAX.
that's right.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go see that movie, and,
Yeah.
we haven't seen it yet, so I will have a review of it,
Super excited for
next
it.
week, but I'm very excited to
I'm,
see
of
it,
course, gonna have to see it again with Zach, but
of course.
yeah, but I figured I'll go.
Oh, that's who we saw also was, Jason Bonham,
Oh, right.
his Led Zeppelin, tribute band
Yeah.
with this guitar player, Mr. Jimmy. Do you know who Mr. Jimmy
I do
is?
not.
Zach will freak out. I bet Zach knows who he is.
I'm sure he does.
He
He
looks
knows Jason very well.
and sounds just like Jimmy
Oh,
Page.
cool.
I mean, he has him down,
I
and
love
it is
that.
crazy, and he goes off. It's so crazy, and Jason, it was really great because he told these great stories about his dad,
Oh, wow.
and he in between songs, he talks about, all the things that influenced him about his dad, and he tells
Wow,
all
I
these
didn't know
really
that.
great stories. I didn't know that either, and I
Yeah.
really enjoyed their set because
Oh,
of the
how cool.
storytelling in between, and he talks about all these things, and it was really cool, and this Gilby just loved Mr. Jimmy. Gilby thought
That's
Mr. Jimmy was just the greatest.
I mean, did he have on the dragon pants and the
Oh
whole
my god,
the
he's,
whole
like, just like him. It is
amazing. I
amazing.
love it.
He's Japanese,
Oh,
and
then I think I did see him before that
he looks just like him with the hair,
curly
the
hair.
curly hair, and the
Yeah.
way he plays and the poses and everything. It's really incredible.
Wow.
Incredible. And he was like, I mean, uh,
As close
the
to
guys were going crazy over Mr. Jimmy. All the guitar players were going crazy for Mr. Jimmy. And
that's so cool.
apparently there's a documentary on him
Oh,
that
I
is
think I
really
have seen him
interesting.
in context of a different Led Zeppelin cover band. I
Yeah.
think he may have played with,
I
uh,
think he did. I think he played with,
Led Zeppelin or whatever that other one is.
yes. He didn't do it with Zoso, right?
No, not
No.
Zoso.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. But yeah,
Yeah,
he's the guys just loved him. All the guitar player guys
that's
were just like
cool.
obsessed with him, and it was really fun.
That's great.
And then the guys did an all-star jam with everybody,
Oh,
which was
really?
really cool. They did one night, they did this great all-star jam, and it was really fun.
Oh, how fun. Was that after Alice's set?
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, one of the nights, it was just like this big
Amazing.
all-star jam. Every night, so Alice played twice. Most of the other bands played 3 times.
Oh, okay.
But after Alice's show every night, they'd have, like, a reception for us
Oh,
in one
fun.
of these, like, rooms, like, and it was great, like, all this yummy food and yummy, like,
Private little
desserts and
meet and
everything,
greet
just like
type
a
thing?
private thing. It
Yeah.
wasn't even a meet and greet, it was just
Oh,
for the band and crew, and it was really
cool.
fun.
Love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, really nice. We just had a great time.
Awesome.
Anyway, is it time for Barb's Bag of
Oh
Tricks?
my gosh,
I think I've
yes.
gabbed enough about
No,
this cruise.
no. I mean,
I
we're
feel
gonna
like
go
an
see that movie tomorrow night, so
Yeah, I'm so
okay,
excited.
so this is extremely exciting. Um, remember how I think it was 2 episodes ago, I was very upset because Doc Johnson, they stopped selling the clit
Oh, yeah.
gel. And so I left here and I was like, "You know
The
what?
things that
I'm
upset
gonna have
Miss
to."
Wild.
Hey,
Mrs. Wild.
I'm not a Scorpio for nothing,
Yeah, that's for sure.
folks. So I went home and I was like, "I'm gonna have to buy up the last bits of it that is around. There's gotta be someone who sells it."
Yeah.
So I went online and I'm searching around and I Googled Doc Johnson and clit gel, and guess what?
You
It's
found it.
not yeah, but it's not the reason why I couldn't find it is because another company sorry for this, I'm sure your misophonia is being triggered as we speak.
It's not. It's
But
not. I'm fine.
so what they did was a company bought, or partnered with
Let me tell
them.
you about my misophonia really quick. On
Yes.
the plane on the way to Miami,
Oh, no.
some guy was snoring next to me. Oh my God. I did not know what to do with myself. I had to put my headphones in the whole time. I couldn't listen to him. I was like, no, this
I
can't
think
happen to me.
because we were speaking so much about misophonia and phobias when we were in Oregon, it's in
Yeah.
my algorithms now.
Oh,
And
wow. I'm
every
sorry.
other thing inside I'm starting to get a phobia of learning about misophonia. I'm like afraid to open Instagram. I'm like
Oh
another
my God.
horror story.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Oh my, what the hell is
okay,
this?
this is yours because I
Oh
bought
dear
up
God in heaven.
every one of these that I could find. So Doc Johnson has repackaged
They have
this,
a
I guess, so that
freaking variety pack. A variety pack.
yes, because it's got multitude of functions that I'm going to read to everybody.
Oh, good
But
Lord.
so they made it look all sexy now, right? Because it's not just like white bottles with green
It looks
writing.
like a box of crayons.
Yes, it's very colorful, and it's by a company called Mood. And it's pleasure for her, which is really nice because we're always thinking about pleasure for him. Finally, someone's caring about pleasure for her. So this is a 5-piece variety pack. It's travel-friendly bottles. I'm sorry that I didn't have this for you before you went on your cruise. The green one is a nipple lickums gel.
Ah!
None of them have sugar. They're all healthy. They're all,
Oh, that's
then
good. At least they're healthy.
then the clit
Good for
gel,
you.
which tingles on contact for heightened arousal, and we all know that I am extremely huge proponent of that.
Uh-huh. Why wouldn't you be?
G-spot gel, which intensifies and
Course.
enhances G-spot sensations.
Uh-huh.
Body drops, which are watermelon gel, infused gel with no sugar. And then a tightening gel,
Oh.
which tingles and temporarily tightens the vajayjay area.
Uh-huh.
And it's all PETA certified, cruelty-free,
Well, I mean, I can't even imagine if that's just not in animals.
proudly made in
Better
America.
be PETA certified.
But it's still by docjohnson.com, but they made it very interesting to look at.
Yeah.
And it's by a company. You can find it under Mood now.
Love
So
it.
this is for you.
Fantastic. Mrs. Wild strikes again. Strikes again. Oh, wait. I have to tell you about this website. Have you heard? Okay, wait. I wrote it down because everyone that listens to the show knows about my brain. Have you heard of this new website called Oh My God, yes.com?
No.
OMGyes.com.
Okay.
Kids, I'm about to blow your mind. It is an instructional video website
Oh, dear.
with instructions on how to do certain things
Your algorithms
right
must be
way.
out of control.
because of you.
No, the
Yes.
things that you watch.
Yes, that's true. That's true too. But it is it's an instructional, like tastefully done instructional videos on how to do things the right way
Okay.
by women and by men. So they say the things that you should know that you don't know, the things you ought to know that most people don't really know.
Now, what did you learn on there?
A lot. A lot. I was shocked. But yeah, very interesting.
Oh.
So go check it out because not everybody knows everything. So
I'm going to have to go check it out when I get home.
here I am doing a public service.
Community service. You
Yes.
are.
Yes.
Yes.
I am. That's me. Okay, well, I think that should do it for now, don't you think?
We're done torturing the poor guys in the studio.
The poor guys in the studio, they're like,
Frankie, your mom and your aunt are out of control.
out of control. This is what you get. This is what you get when you put a couple musician wives together. This is what you get. Okay, well, I think that does it for this episode of Honest AF.
I'm killing it. You're killing me today.
Yeah, today is one of those days. Anyways, well, make sure you check us out on all of our platforms. Honest AF Show on Instagram and X and Facebook and YouTube. Honest AF Show. Website honestafshow.com. Until next time.
Bye, everybody.
Take care of yourselves and don't get too crazy on that. Oh my God, yes.com. It's not even a commercial. Just, they're not paying us. They should.
They should.
They should.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, everybody. We obviously need to do a disclaimer here, so we want you to know we are not doctors or experts by any stretch of the imagination. We are just a couple of gals that are looking for magical products, procedures, and experiences. And in our quest, we will share our honest as fuck opinions with you. So please make sure before you try anything we talk about that you know your own restrictions and do so at your own risk. Do not blame us for any of your issues. We're just experimenting too.